Hi everybody, Laura Basson here. Welcome to the Waffle Flower channel. Today I have a fun, colorful Celebrate card to share with you featuring the Chunky Chevron die by Waffle Flower. I'm going to use it to create some stencils. Here's the Chunky Chevron die. You get 3 of them, the big, the middle, and the tiny, or as I like to call it, the Papa Bear Chevron, the Mama Bear Chevron, and the little bitty baby Chevron. Yes, I still have little kids in the house and reread the 3 Little Bears. Okay, so this is not my good Nina Solar White cardstock. This is cheapy because I'm only making stencils with it, so I didn't want to, I treat my good cardstock like gold. Okay, so I take some blue masking or frog tape or whatever you want to call that blue masking tape, and I'm taping off everything but the big Papa Bear Chevron. And by the way, my die is still intact to the cardstock because when I lift it up, the Papa Bear Chevron pops right out and everything else is tight, intact, and held together. I went ahead, did 3 of these. So I've got 3 separate chevron stencils, and we're going to do some ink blending to create colorful chevron patterns. So I have a panel here, and I'm going to use the Waffle Flower inks. Now these inks are gorgeous, happy, happy colors, and I love the names. I'll go through the names because they are a hoot. Now I lined up the chevron on the left side with the side of the panel. That way I know it's nice and all my chevrons will be parallel and perfectly in order how I like it to go. The first ink color I'm using is called My Pleasure. It's kind of a pinky red color, and by the way, these work fantastic for ink blending. They're not too wet, not too dry. They're just perfect, very forgiving. If you sometimes struggle with ink blending, maybe your ink could be too juicy, these work great. This next color is called Oh Happy Day. It's kind of a yellowy orange color, and I'm overlapping. Part of my stencil starts to come apart there, that little strip, but it doesn't matter because I've still got the tape on the back side. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. But I overlapped the Oh Happy Day with My Pleasure, so you get a thin strip of kind of an orange in the middle there. That's what you call magic. And then I'm using this one. Now this yellow, bright yellow ink color, it's called You Said What? I'm loving these names. I think they just stick in my head. I think they're fabulous. So I'm doing the big Papa Bear stencil now here, the chevron, the thick one. I flipped it over to go the opposite direction because I like to live on the wild side like that every once in a while. I'm just switching up the design. I had no plan going into this. I just knew I was going to have happy chevron, ink blended rainbow gorgeousness going on. So now I'm using this green. It's called Chirp Chirp. You know, anybody under the sun could have called it green, but not Waffle Flower. They called it Chirp Chirp. And I think it's great. Whoever named these, I want to give them a big fat hug because I think it's genius. And then we got this beautiful blue colors called Daydreaming. And then one last, because you know I'm going sort of in the rainbow like I do. This purple one's called Happy Go Lucky. And people always ask me, Laura, I get emails all the time, what kind of inks would you recommend? And I always say the same thing, pick the colors you love. Now these colors right here that I'm using, these are my go-to type of colors. They're happy. They're not the real deep, deep, rich jewel tone, but they're not super, super light pastel-y. They're right in the middle, and they're the kind of colors that I would gravitate towards, kind of that sherbety, delicious, happy colors. So definitely would recommend these Waffle Flowers that I chose here today. I think they're great. They stamp great. They ink blend great. Okay, and now moving on to the sentiment. I've got the Celebrate word die. I die cut 4 with some Nina Solar White cardstock. I use my spray adhesive to adhere them all together to get a nice, thick, sturdy, substantial word die cut. And now I want to do something a little bit different with my panel. I'm going to take my paper trimmer and trim off just about 3/4 of an inch on the bottom side. And I just felt like the design needed something. Even though you got the great chevron pattern, it needed a little dimension, a little pop, a little unexpected something. So I adhered the bottom to straight, flat, flush onto the card base. Then I've got a little strip of gold cardstock here adhering that. And then I'll pop up the top panel. So you've got that continuous chevron pattern, but it's broken up right in the middle with a slice of gold. And I just think that gives some added interest, a little unexpected surprise, a little bling bling, if you will. And then we've got the Celebrate word die. I'm going to adhere that down with some glossy accents. And then just to finish it off, because I can't resist, some sparkling clear sequins. For more information about the products that I used in this video, check out waffleflower.com. Also, follow them on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for all kinds of creative ideas. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.